This kind of movie isn't exactly my thing anyway, so I'm not going to judge it based on that. I think, you know, if this is your thing, you'll probably think it's hilarious. This isn't the kind of thing I generally gravitate towards, so like, I was always amused, I was always sort of at least paying attention, but nothing ever was like, oh, this is awesome to me, but if you're a big Jackass fan, you'll probably dig it, you know?
This is totally my kind of humor. Hey fuckers, I'm Ryan Wright.
And I'm Jerry.
Welcome to Reasons to See. Fuck yeah.
Fucking, yeah, we're gonna give you some reasons to see.
And maybe not to fucking see.
Bad Grandpa.
So let's hang the fuck out.
Yeah, put our nuts in something.
Ha! Giggity. Reason to see number 1. Johnny Knoxville. Dude, this dude is so cool.
He's pretty cool.
He's cool. I'm talking about Johnny Knoxville himself. I think Johnny
in general.
In general, Johnny Knoxville is like, you watch him on interviews, you watch him in Jackass, you're like, I just want to hang out with this guy one-on-one, not with his other Jackass friends.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I would want to hang out with Johnny Knoxville on a mellow day.
He's got the best laugh, too.
He does.
That doesn't sound anything like it, but I tried. The point is I tried. But as Johnny Knoxville, as, what's the guy's name?
Irving Zisman.
Irving Zisman, the bad grandpa. He does a great job in it because it's so apparent why so many people are actually like buying this guy, because he does sort of transform himself into the role.
Regardless of how you feel about the movie, you know, it's like you do kind of lose Johnny Knoxville into this character, and, you know, part of that is helped by intensive old age makeup they do, but he does, like, you know, he's really got this guy down to, you know, attitudes and mannerisms and stuff like that, and it's fun to watch on that level.
But he still gives, like, a level of heart to the guy, where it's just enough. Like, it's a very little bit amount, but there's just enough heart to the point where you do kind of sympathize for the guy at times, too, and you do kind of like care enough about the dude.
Yeah, because he's cartoony enough, and you know, Johnny Knoxville is a competent enough actor that those moments do hit properly.
Yeah, he does a great job at fucking with people. Like, this dude literally goes balls out.
He's made an entire career out of fucking with people.
Yeah. In some of these, just, oh man, he is fucking hilarious.
He's entertaining. He's amusing.
You didn't find him hilarious?
I didn't find anything in this movie hilarious, really. Like,
oh, there were some moments that got me cracking the fuck up.
I cracked up one time.
Don't ruin it for people then.
I won't.
There were enough jokes in it for me where I would go, like I was just bursting into laughter out of nowhere.
Reason to see number 2. The grandson.
This kid committed to the role. He had some lines that he had to deliver that were so like, you don't hear a kid say that shit, and he said it with such sincerity and such realism, you know. He had a good balance to Johnny Knoxville, because Johnny Knoxville is like very over the top, and this kid has more of that like kind of The Office kind of humor, very realistic.
Well, and there's enough whimsy to the whole, you know, proceedings where even though the kid Billy isn't quite as ridiculous as Johnny Knoxville is, you can see how they fit in the same world together, and they're really fun to watch play off each other. And just like you said, he is so natural and so adorable.
The best thing about it is those two people together.
The best thing this movie has to offer across the board is them together.
It keeps the film having a heart throughout all this obnoxious craziness.
Hard to tell what's real and what's not real, and everything feels kind of natural.
But the outtakes at the end help out.
The outtake, I gotta tell you, the outtakes are my favorite part of the movie.
It's because you had no doubt when it was like, also when it was real, you know?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
were seeing the reactions and stuff.
Yeah, you see a couple things and you're like, oh, I didn't think that was actually real. It is. I'm not entirely thrilled, just because a lot of the pranks and a lot of the bits I either saw in the trailer or were like, oh, of course you're gonna do this. Like, a lot of the stuff felt like predictable pranks to me, so nothing was ever that shocking.
It was a little bit on repeat. I would find myself going, this is getting boring, to, oh, something funny just happened, to, okay, I'm back to getting a little bored again. Ryan's consensus. Enough laughs is the reason to see Bad Grandpa. Enough laughs is the reason to see Bad Grandpa. Yeah, I'm not gonna say this movie is like hilarious. I found moments to be hilarious, but overall it was very intermittently funny. It wasn't like, they didn't have a consistentness of me being captured the whole time.
Jerry's consensus. You know, I think if this is your thing, that's the reason to see Bad Grandpa.
If this is your thing, that's the reason to see Bad Grandpa.
Like, this is something I actually enjoy more than Jackass, and I think Jackass fans might not enjoy it as much, but they're the target audience. It's like one of those things where if you know this is for you, you will have a good time.
Alright guys, thanks for checking out our review for Bad Grandpa. I'm sure you had a great time.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead, scroll that comment box below, and tell us, what would you put your genital area in?
Once you're done with that, giving us those nuggets of information, why don't you come over here and stick your genitalia on this button so you can see more episodes of Reasons to See.
And while you're touching your genitals, why don't you go ahead and follow us on Twitter? And if you really want to touch your genitals, go ahead and follow us on Facebook. Well, like us.
Yeah, and then once you're done with all that stuff and you've gotten your genitals out of the way, you're going to want to get updated every time a new review or video is out. So,
subscribe. Oh, genital humor.
Yeah.
Genitals.
Genitalia.
Nothing funnier than sex jokes. Right, people?
Nothing.
Crude, offensive humor is the way to go.
Nothing funnier than just a ridiculously large ball sack. A
Yes.
scrotum of epic proportions.
Thank you. Someone finally had the balls to say it.
Ah.